We are headed for the weekend, but before we take a well-deserved break, grab your coffee, grab your glass of wine, wherever you are in the world. Hey, I might join you for that glass of wine. And join me, Rolene Marks, with the Israel Brief, brought to you by Lay of the Land, where we take a look at those top stories making headlines in Israel. We do it every Monday to Thursday, unless, of course, there is a Jewish holiday. Now, today is day 223 of Israel's war with Hamas. Let's take a look at the top stories, and we go to the northern part of the Gaza Strip. A horrific event that occurred last night. 5 soldiers were killed and 7 others wounded in an incident believed to have been what in military terms is called friendly fire. An initial probe conducted by the IDF into the incident that took place in the Jabalia town in the north of the Gaza Strip occurred when the tanks that were stationed there working alongside the IDF paratroopers fired 2 shells on a building after they had identified a gun barrel believed to have belonged to the enemy. And in this really shattering incident, 5 soldiers were killed. Now, the IDF have said that they will be investigating this further. Meanwhile, heavy rocket fire continues from the north. Hezbollah earlier today have claimed responsibility for firing at least 40 rockets and projectiles towards the Upper Galilee and to the border of the Gallant area. There have been red alerts in the south as well towards Gaza envelope towns. Is there a war of words brewing between Defense Minister Yoav Gallant and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu? This could be the case, and could it topple the already shaky Israeli leading coalition? Last night, the defense minister said that following the end of the war, it would be disastrous if Israel in any way has a presence or wants to resettle the Gaza Strip. There have been some far-right elements within Israeli society who are adamant on resettling the Gaza Strip, which Israel pulled out unilaterally in 2005. So for anybody saying that Israel is still occupying the Gaza Strip, this is something that the majority of Israelis do not want and ended in 2005. However, on Yom HaAtzmaut, Independence Day, there was a large far-right rally calling for the strip to be resettled. Gallant went on to say that he believes there should be some Palestinian leadership along with international countries that would preside over the Gaza Strip, and that any Israeli presence inside the strip would lead to an increase in Israeli civilian deaths. Responding to that, the Prime Minister said that his refusal to discuss plans for the day after wasn't out of refusal, but rather out of logic. He wants to see where the land lies after Hamas is defeated. There have been some in the far-right elements of the government calling for Gallant to be fired. Let's end the week on some positive notes before I get to the audience question of the day, and a big dunker to the Dutch. At least 4 factions in the Dutch government have discussed the appropriate timing that they will move the embassy of the Netherlands from Tel Aviv to the capital, Jerusalem. The draft agreement for this was finalized last night. Now, should Holland or the Netherlands move their embassy, they would join countries like the United States, Honduras, and others, including Muslim-majority Kosovo, in setting up their embassy in the capital. And of course, we don't forget that Israel is the only country in the world to have an indigenous peoples embassy right in the heart of Jerusalem. And another positive story to end the week Israel's economy has recovered sharply. This is according to the Central Bureau of Statistics, saying that in the first quarter of 2024, the economy has improved by at least what they estimate is about 14.1%. This follows a steep downturn at the end of last year following Israel's war with Hamas. And this is why Israel is and continues to be an absolute miracle. Now on to audience question of the day, and it comes from Nachshon Avraham, who asks that whether or not the Turkish ban on Israeli and Jewish trade has affected the two countries and the Jewish community. This is a very, very important question, and unfortunately, yes, it has. It not only has put the Jewish community in Turkey in a very, very precarious position, not just economically and of course feeling like a target, but also has impacted on their ability to have access to kosher food. Kosher food being part of the religious prescription or the religious doctrines of Judaism. And also between businesses, it means that importers or exporters have to look for alternate routes. So Israel has relied for many years on Turkish goods, many of them supplied by Jewish businesses in Turkey. So this does have a major impact on both communities. Now, I believe we are calling teeth back in. Hey, it's the end of the week. It's Thursday. I'm exhausted. I'm sure you guys are too. Where there are many calling for boycotts of Israeli businesses and services, academic and sporting and cultural boycotts, I say boycott. So should you choose to accept the challenge, where you can, please support Israeli and Jewish businesses. We are fighting not only on the battlefield, physically, in the media battlefield, in the legal battlefield, but also in the economic battlefield. So where they say boycott, I say boycott. And that brings me to the end of today's edition of the Israel Brief. Don't forget to follow our website or check out our new content at www.layoftheland.online. Our YouTube channel is right here at the Israel Brief. If you like our content, please consider subscribing and sharing. We are on Facebook at Lottel's site, on X at layoftheland5. I'm Rolene Marks. Guys, have a peaceful, a restful weekend. Shabbat Shalom from us to all of you. And guys, take care of yourselves and take care of each other. God bless you. I will see you again on Monday. Bye for now.